everyone. Today is a beautiful overcast day, and what I'm gonna do today my video is about how to trim down spent lily blooms and how to do it correct way, so that way when it's all over and next year it's coming back, it's bloom better than ever. Lily is one of the easiest bulb to grow in what I thinking. So what you're gonna do when all your flowers is done, you definitely want to cut down, because this will be set as a seeds, and I don't think you can grow even from these seeds bulbs themselves. So you definitely want to cut down all this spent bloom, so that these seeds don't pull energy from the bulb. But before you start cutting anything, what you need to do, you need to kind of thinking about how did your bulb perform this year. For example, I have planted some lilies. Let me show you. I had planted some lilies and they're end up almost in a full shade. Like you see, this one is a lily. Look at all these leaves. There's another lily. So this was their first year I planted, or this one, look at that. Poor little guy. He don't have enough sun, so he's so small. This is a oriental lily, and it's supposed to grow tall, like 4-5 feet tall, and beautiful with lots of blooms. And yes, even though that it's a first year bloom, it should still be much bigger size. But my mistake was when I planted them here. Last year, my front garden wasn't like jungle of this, like what I have this year. Let me show you. So all my flowers this year grew crazy. They just grew crazy and so full. Let me show you. Look at that. I never have so much green. It's just like we have expression, apple can fall down. No space for apple to fall down. So what I'm gonna do with this particular lilies, so I assessed space, how it's bloomed, and because it didn't have enough sun, I have to dig out these bulbs, and I can dig out them now or in the fall. Actually, preferably for them to be dig out in the fall. So yes, keep care tip number one is assessed where and how lily was planted and how it was bloomed. So that's number one. Number two, if you now another thing I want to share with you guys, I just said sometimes you know how you have to plant lilies deep down, and sometimes when I digging them up, my stem could be broke off from a bulb, and that's okay. In some lilies, like this one, you see it has small white roots on the edge. So for example, if I dig out this lily and stem is broke out, I can plant this one in the ground, and it will be, then we have two lilies, one from the bulb and one from this stem. And yes, it will be alive. Make sure that you water it properly, and it's have plenty of sun, and then you have two lilies. Lilies do love sun. The more sun you give them, the better they will grow. So if you plant lilies in a full sun and they have plenty of sun and they're in the right spot and you don't have to move them anywhere, this is how you cut. So number one, another thing you have to remember, lilies is not like tulips or daffodils. When tulips and daffodils are done blooming, they usually take 1 month or so, and then their foliage is dying, and then you can clean up rest of it. Lily bulbs, absolutely not. Lily bulbs will be staying green foliage till the fall, and usually I cut in here in about end of October, beginning November. Even when leaves are yellow, I wait till they turn brown all the way, so that's why bulb has as many as possible energy to store for next year bloom. But so here's how we're gonna cut. I have here two. I have here 1 and 2. So another thing, when you cut down, you want to leave as many leaves as possible. But like I said, because these leaves will be till end of a fall, I kind of want to cut down in approximately that it's not too short and not too tall. So I'm probably This one's short one, I cut short one, but this one in the back is tall, but I cut about same heights. Because I have this little bulbs all over around the border, I want to cut them all at the same height. Doesn't matter how tall they are. And that's what I usually do. I usually find the shortest lily in that particular flower bed, the shortest one, and cut down that one first, so that way I can see how all rest of it lilies I will be trimmed down. For example, this little guy, this is the shortest one and it's in the wrong spot. First of all, I cut down right here, and then I'll do a mental note that I need to move this bulb in another place. I don't want it to be in front anymore. So like I said, rest of it foliage you will cut down in the fall to the ground. I usually fertilize very slightly, or if I'm not fertilizing, I add in compost on top, so compost laying on top of my flower beds for full winter and spring, and it's very helpful too for flowers to bloom next year. And like I said earlier, if you leave a bulb in the same space more than 1 year, usually for next to bloom, they're getting bigger, taller. First our plant will get a little bit taller and it's get much more buds. But of course every bulb has limit of their buds. I think this one, for example, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this red one was about have 7 to 9 bulbs. My white one, which is I kind of almost done blooming too. Let me show you this beauty. There, the biggest number what I have was 14. So I'm gonna start trimming them down too. But because they're, like, I know for sure they're all in the front my flower bed, they have plenty of sun, I'm not gonna move them. So, but yeah, this is their heights basically. Their height is about 4.5 feet tall, and max is a 14 bulbs. So with a proper fertilizer, they'll look beautiful. Oh, look at this one. This beauty I planted early in the spring. I bought this and I did video how I planted. It's oriental lily, and beautiful. Too much rain, but it's in the wrong place. It's all the way in the back. It didn't have enough space. Didn't have enough sun, not space. So I'm gonna wait for that lily. I need mark somehow so I don't misunderstood with my other ones, and plant them somewhere in front of my flower border, so it's has its chance on the life and has give me the best performance in the blooming and growing that it's can do. So yeah, all right, so that's what I basically gonna do right now. I'm gonna trim all my lilies around this flower border, and basically that's it pretty much. Like I said, lily bulbs coming back for us over and over again, and they're even slowly multiplying. Beautiful flowers. Usually blooming season about 1.5 to 2.5 weeks. This one red one lilies was blooming 2.5 weeks for me because they're almost in the full sun. Got plenty of watering, plenty of fertilizer, so I was very happy with their performance this year. Definitely traffic stopper. Lots of cars was stopping by and saying it's beautiful flowers, because lily is. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have some interesting information about and helpful information, so your lily will be blooming beautiful and gorgeous the way they're supposed to. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have an excellent day and see you next time. Bye.